All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning into the Biz with D. And right now we have Deborah Ansey, the mother of Waka Flocka. How you doing, Miss Debbie?
I'm great, sweetheart.
Good, good. Thank you so much for this interview. We do appreciate your time right now.
I appreciate you guys taking the time out to even want to deal with me. So I thank you also.
Anytime. So, just real quick, the first question I wanted to ask you was, because you do manage artists, your son Waka Flocka, you did manage Nicki. Like, how did the music industry just come all about for you? Like, just getting involved with it.
It started charity, like really charity. You know, my younger days, I used to dance a lot. I did modeling, movies. So also coming up in Hollis and running around with Run DMC and them, so I'm pepping them. They like all in my mom's living room. Some of DMC's written right in my mother's living room. So it was like I've always been a part of this because I grew up with all these people. And the thing that really got it was the charity. That's why people didn't really hear as much then. Was done for charity. Me bringing these celebrities back to troubled teens to be able to talk to them.
Now, what year was that you started like bringing in the celebrities for like charity work?
The celebrity charity work, we could go back into the 80s.
Oh wow!
Right. So this is not new for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was dealing with DMC first started. Mary, Mary, Why You Bugging? That was written in my mother's living room. You know, he wrote that to my sister. You know, so Eddie Murphy, before he came truly big. Like, all these people, I grew up with these people. You know, I used to sit with Lavelle. Levi from Blackstreet. We would sit around and talk about stuff. It's so many people that I can say your name and the things that we've done. And even for my kids, they have been through it. Walker's first 5 years of his life, his birthday parties was given with DMC. Their birthday is the same. So it's like this is not new for us, you know. It's just we're just coming at a different angle right now. But it's really charity first. So that's my ultimate goal and really messing with this because it's really about the charity work that I want to do.
So some of the, like, you did manage, are you still managing Waka or not at this,
No, I'm always going to manage my son. I always take some part in the things that he do. But my brother is full-time as far as that goes. I have, like, so many other things that I'm doing also. So my brother, have him, I'm still a part of my son, you know,
Absolutely.
But I have the freedom to do the things that I need to do. We now have the radio station, so I'm focused on, you know, the radio station. I have other artists coming out. He has BSM artists that all belong to me that I have to deal with that too. So if everything is focused on him, then the rest of our stuff can't get done. So it's like split task. He's learning to be who he is. And, you know, besides that, Walker's 26, and it becomes time that he gets off the breast, excuse my French, you know, with that one. And he wants to be his own man. He wants to be able to help me out. Yes, Timmy. Like, he wants to be able to help me out, you know, and not look like every decision has to be made by me.
Okay. Now, do you ever find it hard to, like, managing, like, your own career and then doing other artists and then, you know, your son's artist? Because, I mean, you have other things going on besides just, you know, managing, you know, like you mentioned.
Right. I don't only do management. I do production. I do, like, one of the things I do is I do production. You know, I just said we just have A105, the radio station that we're doing now. We have a partnership that we're getting ready to go on with Busy Bee magazine. It's so much stuff. It's like what I don't do is the thing. I do a lot of stuff.
So let's talk about this new show that you have.
Ask the DA. Let's take it to trial. That's what it is.
Okay. Now, what
That's what it is.
So what made you decide that, you know, you just wanted to take on radio?
I think I wanted my own platform. You know, one of the things is like my character has been assassinated so many times it's pathetic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now you have an opportunity to get up and close and personal with me. So whatever it is you want to know about me, or whatever rumors, whatever, anything that you might have, this is your opportunity. You know, that it's a forum that I could clear up. Not just that, but I also want to be able to discuss some of the things in the industry, the opportunities that people have, that people are constantly trying to knock me down for. Just the rumors, like anything that I do that's successful, they'll knock me down like I'm not doing it, but then yet they'll turn around and do it all over again. I also have a lot of friends that are in another world that I love, and I think their music is talented. And because of their sexual preferences, you don't choose to let them come in. I want that door opened up. I want that door opened up for all independent artists that are out there that are struggling very hard, that can't afford to pay $5,000 to get a record played on, or they don't have the money there, but to be able to get the guidance and still hear themselves. You know, so I also have to, it's so many reasons why this show is being opened up and why we're doing this radio thing, period. You know, mainly, I don't want the drama no more. I don't want drama. So now, whatever goes on, you'll hear firsthand. You'll be able to touch us. I'm there on the air. Walker has his bricks called Monopoly. They'll be going on. Gooch will be getting into it soon. So it's like, let's clear the air. You know, it's so much rumors. There's so much stuff, and the media has a responsibility and an obligation to the public that they don't do.
Wow. This
is like now you're going to be called on the carpet now.
I was just about to say that. This is about
I'm going to put subpoenas out there. I'm putting subpoenas, and you're going, you know, this is the DA. Those are my initials, so it's like really cute. The DA, let's go to trial. So since all this stuff is going on, and it's not like a battleground where we kill each other or we go through all this stuff, but let's set the record straight. Let's really start, because I've been accused of so many things. It's pathetic, and I'm like so sick of it. Most people don't even know me. I don't hang out in the street. I really don't be around a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I've done too much for people in this industry for them to keep trying to tear me down. They just don't know what they're going up against. It's going to take a lot to tear me down. Even if you see me walking up there in a shopping cart with a bunch of cans in it, you better know I got something up my sleeve. I'm going to come at you another way.
I know that's right. And you got to be like that because people are going to think something different of you. And you'll be like, oh, that's what you think. But you always got to have that trick up your sleeve because they never know what's coming for them.
Yep. You're not going to know it. Because every time they knock me down, I pop somebody else up. I got some stuff popping right now. They shocked like, oh, not her again. She coming back again? Yes, I am coming back again. And I want to all gates. I just want to open up gates. I got a lot of things that's really close and dear to my heart, people that I really truly want to help, that I believe in them. And I don't think people's lifestyles should be affected by what they do. If that's the case, half the industry shouldn't be there. You know, so these are some of the things that I'm riding into. You know what I'm saying? I want to go into, like, music is music. This hip-hop is hip-hop dead thing. That stuff irritates me when they come out and say that. Hip-hop ain't going to never die as long as we have poverty. As long as poverty's there, it ain't never dying. And what was good to people back in the 80s, we're in the millenniums now. We're in a whole nother world right now. These kids are something different. My show reaches so many people. There's so many people. Friday was my first day doing my show, and it was so overwhelming. I didn't know that many numbers. I had so many numbers and so many people. So I had the doctor on there talking about sleep apnea, not realizing how many thug people called in to discuss about sleep apnea, that they snore and the conditions of what that does to us, from high blood pressure to diabetes, to strokes, to weight gain, your cortisol's, like all this stuff is like there. So I had the doctors there to talk. I have that session. I'm going to have the inspirational session. I'm going to have Pastor D. I don't know if you know it from in the Sisterhood, where everybody slammed down on her because she was the pastor's wife, forgetting she was inhuman. Nobody says she got to walk around with a veil on. There is nobody in this world that's perfect. And there's nobody in this world that should judge anybody but that man upstairs. He forgives us. So who are y'all? That's what's really real with me. That's what's real with me when you keep coming down on people and condemning people and doing stuff. I don't think the people realize what they do to people and all the stuff that's on with the black and white. Oh, the white people doing this. When it comes to that's not true, because you could do the same thing. We are the talent, but we are the ones that can't open up the door for each other. I can't commend you on your show. I can't tell you, oh, my God, you have a good show. That's too much. That might be too much for me to do. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true. Mm-hmm.
And that's not fair. That's not fair. I should be able to thank you because you gave a good show. I should be able to support you in what you do. But nobody does that. The only thing they know how to do is condemn. So if I need you to go to my site, I'm going to put up the nastiest negative thing that's out there ever, and you're going to come to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You will come. And it showed me another thing when Nippy passed away, when Whitney passed away, that really did something for me. Because here the media had her daughter blasted all over the place. But y'all don't know this little girl been being condemned since she came out of her mother's womb. She's ugly, she's fat, she's this. What the heck? She might need to medicate herself to walk through the world. I'm not saying that that's right, but everybody's not strong enough to deal with this.
That's true. And no one is when it comes to with death.
Yeah, that's so deep. Clive Davis came out all of a sudden out the closet now. It's a beautiful thing. It's okay because he did. But let an artist try to come through and do music. You don't want them because of their preferences. Like this thing here is so double jeopardy. It's like, I don't understand this. I don't understand people's logic of thinking.
Me neither.
I don't understand why they do the things that they do to people. As long as you do a good job, you bring good music to them, you just don't go into bed with them. You just don't go through. And even though people's minds are one-track thing, everything is not sexual. You understand what I'm saying? I looked at this thing.
You're so right.
Yeah, it's like, that's what I'm going to be about. All the controversy, all the stuff that's going on. Pastor D, Dominique, that was her sister, they condemned her because she took a glass of wine. And here you had, and Marvin Sapp went in on her on The Housewives, but you sitting with Candy, and I love Candy with no disrespect, no nothing. I love her. But you sat on the show with Candy selling sex toys, knowing she's living with a man fornicating, and she's not married. So how dare you condemn somebody else? That's just not sexy to me. All the people went in with this too. But did y'all not stop to think about what was going on, who he came on the show with, and what they were doing on the show? That's not right. That brings damage to people, and then to tell me, oh, she's so nasty, she's unapproachable, oh, she's so hard. You're a damn liar. I'll talk to anybody. I don't care who you are. I talk to anybody. And I am approachable. Anybody can come and speak to me. You just can't come to me with that drama. I'm not with that. So if I flipped on you, you flipped on yourself first. I'm not with it. And I'll let things go by and by and by until I can't take it. But today, the radio gives me an outlet that I don't have to let these things bottle up inside of me. So if you could say these things about me, you could back up everything y'all put out there anyway. You haven't been able to support anyway. So what difference does it make? But to the people, I'm not going to let people assassinate me or hurt me. You can't do that. I'm in America. That's the most beautiful thing in the world. We have freedom of speech here. This is beautiful. But unless truthful things, not to be malicious and not to hurt. And I don't think any of us do these shows to go out and hurt people. I don't think that's the intentions that you have. You don't have the intentions of calling people, hurting them so you could get these big ratings.
Right. Not at all. I might keep it real and have one controversial interview. I might do that.
Yeah, that's my middle name. I'm coming in. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Circumstances will make the rabbi eat pork, sweetheart. You really need to know that.
Absolutely.
So when you get oven baked done with some things, then it's time to stick forks. When you ain't believing it's done, stick them forks and let them know that it's done.
Definitely. So there was a couple of things that had came across my mind that I definitely wanted to ask you. Some things that I've either witnessed and it's regarding like the music industry. The one thing is, I know this person, a good friend of mine, and he does music. I mean, I do music. I mean, I think everybody does music nowadays. But he does music. And he has this one, and there was this one person that he went to school with, and he's like, I don't mess with him because he does music. But it's funny how that person doesn't have any music talent bone in them, but now they want to do rapping. He came to them about advice about getting on their show. He's trying to, I guess he's trying to rap now, and now he does like DJing on a college station. When you hear about people just talking about other people, they don't have any leg knowledge in music and say, oh, I don't mess with somebody who's singing or rapping, but they're trying to do the exact same thing. What are your thoughts on people like that, just out of curiosity?
That's your haterade. You know what I'm saying? And that's people that's insecure within themselves or that they feel that you become a threat to them. You know what I'm saying? And you want to know something that I learned today? That ain't even your battle. It ain't yours. You let them go on with it. I be liking to go in on people like that. I really do like reading them like a Dick and Jane book, I really do. But it's okay because sometimes you don't need them around you.
That's
and when you go in, see, this is what people fail to realize. It's like I had an artist would not admit that they was blessed by another artist, but their career was gone. So when you have people, one thing about this game right here, we can't run this game by ourselves. We always need people, okay?
Definitely.
And it would be, let's see how long you last. Not wishing anything bad, don't misunderstand, but let's see how long you last. Let's see how long you're going to be in this.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do that, I would be happy to find that out and see that them doing that because you knew what was around you then. Now you know what you're dealing with. You really know what you're dealing with, and you don't know what they were doing to you in the past. I've got people around me like that. They wasn't around me really because they loved me. They really wanted to come up. So honestly, you don't even know if he came up through you. You understand?
That's
you don't even really know if you're the real blessing for them being in the position that they're in. So guess what I would do? I would take the credit even if it wasn't my credit. I'll take the credit even if it wasn't my credit. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. And I just bought that for $1. Now move on.
I know that's right. If you don't take that darn credit, I'm going to take it because I look at this situation. I'm like, this is crazy. You're obviously doing something right that he just wants to mimic.
And that's what, I can sit here, whether the person want to admit it or not, and get cocky. And I know everything that I created out there, and I know every door I opened, and I know everything I made it easy for a no-name person to get some money off of. I know what I did. I don't care what they say. They can say any doggone thing they want to say. Anything. You really need to know anything. But I know what I did. I know it. I know what I made happen.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That's real talk. I know it. There ain't nothing nobody can say to me. I know it. It's just to be careful with the new things that I want to bring through.
Mm-hmm.
People need to sit
that's
down.
the real threat there.
Right, that's the threat. Like, you better pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Or on this bagwagon, come on in with this.
Exactly. And the other question was that for artists or just anybody entertaining, when do you think the appropriate time for an entertainer to seek management? Because I think sometimes it's
that's another thing that we talk about. We talk about that too. And a manager is a person that manages a person's career. Although I'm a different kind of manager because I break my artists, okay? But I only can break those that are really strong, that are not afraid to put into themselves. You understand? Enhancers start creating. But people don't need management when they don't have nothing going on. If you don't have nothing going on, what you need a manager for? She can run around and say, oh, my manager said I'm going to do this. Or my manager said that this is going to go on. Management you need when you have a career, when you got some things going on. You got some music. I've had people call me and got one song, and they said, well, you're supposed to put me in the studio. You're supposed to give me shows. You're supposed to, there's a misconception of how people think this industry is ran. They don't understand it. They don't get it. They don't get it.
That's true. And that's the big problem right there with artists or just anybody. They're like, oh, I need to be on this tour, but it's like, how are you supposed to be on a tour when you only have 3 songs? You don't have this, you don't have that. It's like your priorities have to be lined up.
Although I'm a beg to differ, okay? Because I have artists that I put out on tours that ain't had nothing out. They put out a mixtape and might have threw them out in the lion's den because you swear you should watch them freeze up and make an a-hole out of themselves. You could come back and I could just let you know, I need to point the finger at you now. This is what you want. That's what I gave you. And you couldn't handle it. Now what? Can we move on now? Because sometimes they don't know. Sometimes they think it's just because they're going to booth that they can do it. Some people are only booth people. They ain't going no further than that. You have to understand the different artists, and you can only answer that question by the individuals. So I don't get caught up in specifying and individualizing people. I mean, classifying everybody as a whole. It's individually who people are individually. I have to meet them individually because what I don't think Joe Smo could do, Bubba Lou could do it good. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is different. Some people got that it factor. No matter what you do, you might not even damn have it. But just because you got that swag, you're going to make it.
That's
swag
true.
is another thing that get in and build your career up and do some things. And now you might need some people to enhance some things that you're doing. You might have them around you to help you enhance if they want to do that. But you got to be willing to put into yourself. This thing costs a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. It sure does.
And it's also built on relationships that you might put the wrong person in place that kill your relationship. I've had that happen. Thinking I'm helping people and they tear my relationships up with people. People don't want to be bothered with me. Or they ain't do right. They messed up. And then they go in and start talking about how I tore their career up. Well, what the hell? You had no damn career. And if you had that much stuff going on, why you ain't got nothing going on now?
That's true.
So,
it is definitely.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And what is the advice that you would have for an artist that definitely wants to break out in the industry, but they don't have the right tools? What advice could you give someone?
Listen, people could go in a closet
mm-hmm.
and make records. Lots of people done that. Get your social media up. That's so important now. When people look and you come in, even when people come in to see me, that's the first thing I ask them about is social media. Because, see, the social media can be used as their fan base. And you can't come to me telling me, I have people come to me, I got 200 followers on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I got 300 people on my Facebook. I got this. But that ain't putting a dent in nothing. That ain't even a little needle mark of where you need to be. So all these people could become your fans. For the first time, I got to step my stuff up also. Because I don't like to get on that stuff a lot because I don't like reading all that drama. But anyway, just by my social media alone, getting on